Hello everyone, this is Angela here, and today I'm going to talk about an interesting subject. Okay, if you're online dating, okay, you have to be aware of becoming catfished. And what is catfishing? For those who don't know what catfishing is, it's where somebody online hides their real self from their online profile. And there's quite a few videos out here talking about catfishing and scammers. So I thought that I would share my experience and what I do to protect myself from being scammed from somebody who's out there trying to scam people. And for those who don't know, people who are over the age of 40 are at greater risk of becoming scammed by someone for your money, or some people just do it to because they just like hurting people. I don't know, but if you're lucky, you're only going to get a broken heart. If you're not so lucky, you're going to get you're going to have an empty wallet, and you're really going to be taken. So what I do to protect myself is I have some ground rules with regard to online dating. First of all, I do not date someone who lives more than 20 miles from where I live. They have to be at a geographical range where we could actually meet in person. And I don't do endless texts and emails. If I have an interest in someone, we'll talk a little bit. And if that person seems interesting enough, maybe make arrangements to have a coffee or do something in a safe environment or a safe place. The second thing I don't do is I don't get involved with people who are in the military, okay? Because that's a number one pitch of a scammer, that they're in the military. Um, I've heard stories about military people having their pictures stolen and put on online profiles, and they've used these people's pictures to scam other people. So I'm not saying don't date someone in the military. Just know that if you come across a profile with a lot of military pictures, it's highly possible that that person could be a scammer, especially if they're going to be deployed overseas, or if they're overseas. Then what do you want here looking to date? Okay, use your common sense, connect the dots. Why would somebody who's over in Iraq join a dating site when they're all over the place? How are you going to make this work? It just doesn't work. Long distance relationships and all, big, big, big red flag, easy to get scammed. Okay, it's just very hard to maintain a long distance relationship. The next thing that I look for is people that have very vague profiles, okay? They'll show a profile with someone who is very good looking, okay, above average looks, and this person will seem perfect, like his, or whatever. And so I want to talk about a recent scammer, that somebody who I figure was a scammer, okay? And I just called on real quickly, and I was like, end game right here. And I just want to share with you the conversation. This person had messaged me, said that he liked me and all, and I started asking a lot of questions, as I normally do. So I'm going to share what I'm going to share this conversation to show you why I thought that this person was a scammer. Okay, first of all, this guy said, "Hello, this is John from so and so dating site." And I'm like, "Hi, John, good to hear from you." And he's like, "Good to hear from you too." So then I ask him, "So why did you join so and so dating site, if I may ask?" And I also said, "I joined because I thought it would be nice to meet someone who was interested in doing activities." And then he said, well, I joined with the hope of finding someone special. And it's like, guys, when it comes to men, they don't really talk like that, in my opinion. Guys don't like say they want to find the one, at least not like the normal guy. So that was kind of like, no. And then he's like, someone I can do things with. And then I said, matters of the heart are very complicated. And then he said, yes, but what can we do? We need someone, just one. And I'm like, I don't like this. Okay, like my bells and whistles were coming on. It's like they're going to tell you that they're looking for someone special, the one, my soulmate, all these things, because they're feeling you out to see how needy you are. And if you're needy, you'll easily fall into this. So I said, I like to take things slow and see where it goes. Be friends first. And then he says, of course, that's how it should be. And I said, do you live near Philadelphia? And he said, I live in Easton. Do you know Easton? And I'm like, not really. Is that near Delaware County? And actually, I got Easton confused with Exton, which is in Delaware County. But actually, Easton is up near Allentown, Pennsylvania. And he said it's 51 miles to Philadelphia. Now, normally people won't say that. Like people who live like a bit away, are not going to say the exact miles it is from where you're living. Okay, they're not going to say, oh, it's this man. They're going to say, oh, it's Easton's up by Allentown, and they're going to name some geographical locations. Okay, they're not generally going to tell you how many miles is. And why he told me how many miles it was probably because he was looking it up on Google as we were talking. Okay, because I noticed that he was very slow to respond. That's another thing. They're very slow to respond when you're asking them certain specific questions about geographical areas. So you got to watch out for that too. And he said, that's a little, so then I said, that's a little bit of a distance, but not so bad, I guess. Anyway, what kind of work do you do? And then he said, yeah, but it doesn't matter. He says, I'm a petroleum engineer. I work on an oil rig in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm like, there you go. Right then and there. Catfish, okay? That, no. No. And I said, so I'm assuming that you travel a bit. And he's like, yes, I work 1 month on and 1 month off. So why is somebody who's working 1 month on and 1 month off looking for a relationship when their life isn't even stable? They can't even stay in one place for very long. No. So then I was just like, this is not somebody I want to get involved with, whether they're a catfish person or not, because their life is too complicated, okay? It's too highly suspicious, and that was like, no. So I just nipped it in the bud by saying, Easton is a bit far from me. It's past Allentown, and I need someone a bit closer. I'm seriously not into long-distance relationships, and I do not date military men either. I'm very sorry. Best of luck to you, sir. Bye-bye. And he said, okay. And then I got hit up by another one, okay? And this guy was a bit weird. I didn't actually, talk to him. Another thing, this other guy was weird because his profile was vague. They'll say that they own their own company or their business, yet they won't be specific. This other guy said that he owned a restaurant. And I'm like, well, what kind of food? And he said, American cuisine. People don't normally, like, if you're an American and you open up a restaurant that serves American cuisine, you're going to say, oh, it's a burger joint. We serve burger and fries and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. So that's another red flag. Another red flag is the person is their English is bad. He said, he also said, the guy with the restaurant, he said, I am divorced and I'm single. Well, you don't say it like most people who speak English in this country say, I'm divorced. Because when you say, I'm divorced, saying that you're divorced and single is redundant. Okay, you don't need to say I'm divorced and single. So there was like you could tell by their linguistics that there's something off. Okay, and another thing, if you're getting the impression that something isn't right, then something is not right. Okay, so you got to be wary of these people because they're out there really to scam you. Another thing they'll do is they'll say that they just joined up, they only joined for a month, and their membership's about to expire. And can they talk to you on the phone, or can they get your cell phone number? Okay, and I understand that, in my situation, there's no harm because I can easily block someone from my cell phone, and that'll be the end of it. Some of them, if they know that they have you on the hook, okay, be wary because they'll be very patient. They will string you along for as long as that they can, and they will make you extremely. The psychological effect of an online relationship is very strong, very intense because you become infatuated with the fantasy person, not the reality. Okay, and it could be reality can be extremely painful. So you'll try to rationalize with yourself to make this real when it's not real. So my best advice to anyone who's out here online dating, do not become infatuated with someone online. If you've agreed to meet this person and they don't want to meet you within, if they cancel the date within 3 times, give them like 3 strikes. After that third strike, strike them out. And they'll always use some type of serious situation to call an emergency. Oh, someone was in the hospital. Oh, someone was this, or there was this crisis, this crisis or that crisis. And that's how they try to get you to feel sorry for them. Then when they get you to feel sorry for them, that's when they'll start trying to work on you to get your money, okay? Oh, I couldn't come down because I had to spend all my money on my kids. My kid broke his leg or something, and I had to spend money for a doctor and couldn't make it. No, next thing you know, you're opening your wallet. And believe me, it's happened. People have been scammed out of thousands and thousands of dollars. So my advice to you is do not, under any circumstances, open your wallet to anyone online. And this goes for the guys too. Now, as for guys who are online dating, if you're over 40 and you see somebody that's very, very good looking woman in her pictures, model looks or above average looks, maybe 10 or more so years younger than you, and they're building up they're stroking that ego and all this stuff. They're not interested in you. They're interested in getting your money. Okay. My advice is to be honest with yourself. With somebody with model looks, go and look for somebody that's, maybe middle age, blue collar worker with a spare tire and, balding. I mean, come on. Come on. Be real with yourself. Stick to your own age and act like a grown up. Seriously. Usually when young women go after older guys, it's because of money. Okay? It's not because of love and friendship. Of course, if you think that that's the way to hold somebody, that's what you want that, you can't identify with your own age, more power to you. But I would rather stick to somebody who's my age, who's more mature, who can identify with the years that I grew up and going through life together at our certain time frame in life. Okay. Also, don't be afraid to walk away from a situation if the situation starts looking if it starts becoming too traumatic, too toxic, or whatever. Walk away. Just don't be afraid to walk away. the last thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it again, okay? Do not become emotionally infatuated with a person online. It's extremely dangerous to your mental health, and it can be financially devastating. So that's all I'm going to say on this. They're usually Nigerian scammers. They're people that are out here trying to hurt you maliciously and to get your money. Watch out for these people. Have a good day, everybody. Bye bye.